Hello guys, in today's guide I'll be showing you an efficient way to do your herb runs on your Ironman. And if you're not an Ironman, well it worked fine too, so yeah, let's get started. First requirement you have to be aware of is the level that you need to plant each herb. Here is a list of all the levels for each different herb. The minimum level is 9 for guams and the highest level you would need is 85 for toadstools. There are several ways to increase your yield of herbs. If you have magic secateurs equipped when harvesting herbs, then you'll get an extra 10% yield. You can get these during the Fairy Tale Part 1 quest. Putting super compost on your herb patch will increase the minimum amount of herbs you get from the patch to 5 and reduce the chance of the patch dying. Ultra compost raises this amount to 6 and then the herbs are even less likely to die. If you have the farming skill kit equipped, you'll get an extra 5% yield as well. Having an Attis seed planted in the farming guild will increase the chance of a herb being saved by 5%. Having the Corad and Kebo's hard diary completed will increase the chance of a herb being saved at the Hosidius and farming guild patches by 5%. Catherby patch will have a 5%, 10% or 15% increased chance of being saved if you have the Kandarin medium, hard or elite diaries completed respectively. Now, you don't need to have all of these boosts, just try to get as many as you can, and I would recommend prioritising having magic secateurs and using super compost or ultra compost to keep your herbs alive as well. There are 9 total herb patches in the game, 3 of which are disease-free patches where your herbs can't die. I'm going to go through the requirements and various methods of getting to each of the herb patches, and feel free to skip any herb patches that you don't have the requirements for, just do as many as you can. First off, there is a herb patch in the farming guild. To get in, you need at least level 45 farming and 60% Hosidius favour. There are several ways to get there, the fastest being the farming cape if you have level 99 farming. If not, you can use a skill necklace, you can use fairy ring code CIR and run there. If you have 85 farming, you can plant a spirit tree in the farming guild and then teleport there from any other spirit tree. Next, there is a herb patch on Harmony Island. To get there, you need to have at least started the Great Brain Robbery quest and have completed the Mauritania Elite Diary. Getting to this patch can be somewhat tricky, the best way being to use a Harmony Island teleport, which is on the Archaea spellbook at level 65 magic. Ideally, you would have a portal to this in your house so you don't have to switch spellbooks. If you don't have this teleport, it might honestly just be worth skipping this patch, as there isn't really any other good way of getting there. You'd need to get some way of getting to Mossly Harmless, such as a teleport scroll, or a minigame teleport to Trouble Brewing, and then you'd need to go and talk to Brother Tranquility. There is a herb patch south of Falador in the Cabbage Patch. There are no requirements to use this patch, and the best way to get there is using the teleport in an Explorer's Ring 2 or higher. With an Explorer's Ring 2 you can only use this teleport 3 times a day, but with a Ring 3 or higher you can do it as many times as you want. If you don't have an Explorer's Ring, you can teleport to Port Sarim by Spirit Tree, you can teleport to Draenor Village with an Amulet of Glory, or you can run south from Falador. There is a herb patch north of Ardougne, and there are no requirements to use this patch. The best way to get there is to teleport to Ardougne Farm on RD Cloak 2 or higher. With a Cloak 2 you get 3 teleports per day, with a Cloak 3 you get 5 teleports per day, and with a Cloak 4 you get unlimited teleports. If you don't have an RD Cloak, you can teleport to RD and run north, or you can teleport to the Fishing Guild by a Skills Necklace or Lunar Spellbook. There is a herb patch in Mauritania west of Port Phasmatys. The easiest way to get there is using an Ectofile teleport and running west, but the fastest way is actually using an ALQ Fairy Ring. There is a herb patch north of Catherby, and the fastest way to get there is, you guessed it, the Catherby teleport, which is a level 87 spell on the Lunar Spellbook. The easiest way to get there if you don't have this is to teleport to Camelot and run east. Now we're getting onto the disease-free patches. First, there is a herb patch in Hosidius, which will become disease-free if you have 50% favour or higher. The best way to get there is using a Xerix Talisman and teleporting to Xerix Glade. There is also a Hosidius house portal nearby if your house is in Hosidius, or if you have Scrolls of Redirection. You could also use Kored's Memoirs to teleport to lunch, or use a TIE Farm minigame teleport. There is a disease-free patch on the roof of the Troll Stronghold. You will need to have completed My Arm's Big Adventure to access this patch, and to get there you can use a Trollheim teleport and run west, or the fastest way, which is the Stony Basalt teleport, which can be created with 1 Basalt, 3 Earth Salt, and 1 Tay Salt after having also completed the Making Friends with My Arm quest. These salts can be mined in the salt mine under Weiss with level 72 mining. I would also recommend making a portal in your house if possible. To use the shortcut to get up to the Troll Stronghold roof, you need level 73 agility and to have completed the hard Fremenic diary. If you meet these requirements, you can change the Stony Basalt teleport destination to be straight on the roof. There is a disease-free patch on Weiss. To access this herb patch, you need to have completed Making Friends with My Arm. You will need to light the fire pit to be able to use this patch. To do this, you'll need level 36 construction and level 66 fire making. It will require 2 mahogany planks, 2 steel bars, a hammer, a saw, a tinderbox, as well as 100 F, 50 T, and 150 Earth salt, which can be mined in the salt mine under Weiss with level 72 mining. Using an icy basalt will teleport you right next to the herb patch. It requires 1 basalt, 3 F salt, and 1 T salt. I would also recommend making a portal in your house to here as well. Now for some additional things worth mentioning. At several herb patches there are 2 allotment patches and a flower patch. In the allotment patches you might want to plant watermelon seeds so that you can have watermelons that could be made into either super compost or ultra compost. You could also plant snapegrass seeds to get secondaries for prayer potions. And for the flower patch you may want to bring some limpwort seeds as they are the secondary ingredient of super strength potions. You could also plant some white lilies here as they protect the allotment patches but not the herb patches. And you could even plant some marigolds because they look pretty, I don't know, you know, you do you. If you have a bottomless bucket from Hespori, then I'd highly recommend using that to store all your either super compost or ultra compost in it. But if you don't have that, you can store your super compost and ultra compost buckets in the tool leprechaun and just get them out whenever you're a herb patch, and that'll save some inventory space. Now I'm going to show you the stuff I bring on an average herb run, and I have a RuneLite tag tab set up here. That way I've got everything I need in one place. So first of all, I get out my farmer's outfit. I got this from Tithe Farm. It gives you a 2.5% buff to farming XP. You don't need this. Honestly, I'd recommend bringing Graceful if you don't have a rejuvenation pool in your house, because that way you won't run out of run energy, which you do need a fair bit of doing this. And then after this, I bring my Magic Secutors and my Farming Cape. They buff my herb yield by a bit, so I definitely want to bring them. I bring my Xeric's Talisman for a teleport to Xeric's Glade, and I can access the Hosidius patch. I get my Explorer's Ring, and the reason I do that is for the Cabbage Patch. I bring Graceful Gloves just for a little bit extra weight reduction, and I don't need a Tome of Fire, that's just Force of Habit from when I used to teleport around, but now I use a Construction Cape for everything. But yeah, you will want to bring maybe a rune pouch and some runes for whatever teleports to whatever patches you go into. I just don't need to bring that anymore. I bring a Spade and a Seed Dibber, you need these to harvest the herbs. I bring my Construction Cape for teleports, but you can, you know, you put your rune pouch in this slot, or just whatever runes you want to bring. I bring an Addy Cloak to get to the Addy Patch, and then I bring my herbs, or my herb seeds. So I'm going to bring Irrits, I'm going to bring Limpwort seeds because I'm going to plant them in the flower patches. I'll bring my bottomless compost bucket. You could bring either spells for Lunas, so you can use fertile soil, or you can just have your ultra compost and super compost stored in your tool leprechaun, wherever you want. I just bring this. And then I bring Snapdragons. I put these in the disease-free patches because they're more valuable to me. And then I also want my Ectophile. And this is all the gear you're going to want to bring. So I like to start in the farming guild. This means that I can take care of any farming contracts that I have, which can also include this herb patch. If I don't have any farming contracts, then I can just do a regular herb in this spot. I'm using Irrits for my regular herbs, and then I'll have some Snapdragons for disease-free patches that I can use later. So I'll just get all the ones here and then plant a new herb and put the ultra compost on it. I've got my bottomless bucket here. After every time I've finished a herb patch, I make sure to use whatever herbs I've got on the tool leprechaun, and I'll get some noted herbs. Now, the order you do doesn't really matter all that much, but what I like to do next is go to Harmony Island, and I have a portal in my house for that. I've got it on the portal nexus, got it set to the default one, so I'll go to Harmony Island. Then all you need to do is go south down here, and the herb patch is right here. There is also another allotment patch right there if you want to plant watermelons or snapegrass or something. If you want, I don't really bother with that here, but yep. So I get my herbs here, and then there's a tool leprechaun right here, so I can. The thing is, you have to go up, and it's a little out of the way. So what I tend to do instead of noting my herbs on this guy is I'll go use the Explorer's Ring next, teleport to the Cabbage Patch, and then as I'm going here, I can use my herbs on the tool leprechaun here, and I will grab my limpwort roots. So if you want to do any flowers, you can do it in this patch. You don't have to do this, but it's nice to get strength potions from the limpwort roots, so I'll make sure to do that while I'm here, and then I'll go get the herb as well. Oh, I should also mention, if you spam click on the herb, you can harvest it faster than default. I'll show you what default looks like on the next one, but it's definitely a bit slower. So I'll plant this one, and then I'll use my herbs on this guy again. And where I like to go next is I'll use the Ardougne teleport. Now there will be limited teleports if you've not got as far in the diaries. With elites though, you get unlimited uses. So I'll get my limpworts here, use my ultra compost in every single slot, and then I'll use my limpworts here, grab some more herbs, and I'll just do regular harvesting this time. So as you can see, it's a fair bit slower. And next, I like to go to Port Phasmatys, the one in Mauritania. So I use my Ectophile and I go over to the west here, and there's a patch over here too. So I'll spam click on this one and show you the fast one again. I need to stop, and he should be gathering it faster. Okay, I didn't do it right there, but you've got to get the timing kind of right. It's where he like tilts slightly to the side. I'm not sure exactly why this is a thing, but yeah, that time he did it faster. And what you can do is you could go straight to the leprechaun with your herbs and note them, or you could risk hopefully not getting too many limpet roots. See, I got too many there. So what I'll need to do then is plant this and then go note these herbs and go back and pick these up. Make sure not to forget that. And next, for the final regular herb patch, I'll call them the non-disease free patches, I will head off to Camelot and I'll go to the Catherby patch. And now after this we'll be moving on to the disease-free patches. So first I like to go to Xerx's Glade from my Xerx Talisman. You can have a mounted one in your house as well if you want, but I find it quicker just to have one equipped. So the patch is over here, and a little tip for the flower patch here, if you're doing limpworts or something, then you don't actually need Ultra Compost on this. This is also disease-free flower patch, so don't have to bother there. I don't think the Ultra Compost even affects your gain from the flower patch, but you will still want to Ultra Compost these guys, even though they don't die. You still want to Ultra Compost it to get a few more herbs. So I'm doing Snapdragons here because these are more valuable to me, so I definitely don't want these to die. So I'll get all these, plant the Snapdragon, and use my Ultra Compost on there too. And then I've got two portals in my house, one to Weiss, if that's how you pronounce it, and then one to the Troll Stronghold. I'll also make sure to restore my run energy here because I'm getting a bit low. But yeah, so I've got a Weiss portal here, either that or Weiss, I don't know. But anyway, you have just a herb patch here, no flower patch or allotments or anything, so just grab these guys and make sure to Ultra Compost this as well, and we'll go to the Troll Stronghold next. Got the portal in my house for the Troll Stronghold here as well, so just go in here, and this is the final patch you can do, and that will conclude the herb run. So you just do this, takes 70 minutes for the herbs to grow, I believe, so yeah, you can just wait an hour and 10 minutes between each herb run. And there we go. So from this one I got 57 irrits, 32 limpworts, and 36 snapdragons, so 375k. I mean, the irrits aren't too valuable, but I do like making attack potions for Herbal XP, so yeah, not bad. So just do this as however much you want, as long as you leave like a 70-minute gap between each one. And there you go. Hope this helped. See you in the next one.